Bink bonko. Humble game. So humble. What the sensitivity? I feel like... Okay, like... I don't want to sound like a dick when I say this, because I know that I can't... It's one of those things where I can't think of a way to word it that doesn't make me sound like a dick. But I find myself wondering why games have to have those photosensitivity warnings, because if you have those issues, then every game in existence is going to trigger it. There isn't any game in existence without any that doesn't have any kind of flashing lights, because that's what a television is. It's lights flashing at you. And like it's good when games have like modes that like tone that down and make it more accessible. But it's like every single game I start up, not only does every game I start up, when you start up the system itself, it gives you a photosensitivity warning. And it's like, it just makes me wonder, like, why... Like, I don't know why you need the warnings when it's like... I guess maybe well, I mean, the cynical reason would be to protect from lawsuits, because that is an unfortunate truth of this country. I don't know about other countries, but in this country, people will just do things that they know are going to get them hurt, and then they'll just sue. To quote, God, I can't remember the name of the comedian. Chris Porter. He was saying that attorneys need to have an "Are you shitting me?" defense that to use in court. And the example that he gave is, this guy skied off his roof, and now you're suing me because I make skis. Are you shitting me? Do I have to write down every goddamn thing you ain't supposed to do with my skis? Hey, don't assist in childbirth with this ski. So, I don't know. Automatic route. Quick EG. Quick EG. Quick EG. Difficulty of combat, encounter, survival. You have unapplied. Say, why is the I can only see like the top half of that. You have unapplied settings, and I thought I fixed that. I thought I messed with it. I'm gonna put this on normal just because I got this from GameFly and I'd like to get through it. Hold on, let me just check something really quick. I want to check something. Fuck. Fuck! Fuck! Alright. Sure, why not? I was seeing if there was any achievements associated with the difficulty, and there is. So I'll try it on this difficulty. Brightness. I don't understand. Maybe it's just because I've never in my life had a good TV, but I've never, ever, even once, had a slider screen shake. Let's tone that down. I don't like screen shake effects. I have never once had a game with a brightness slider where it says adjust so that this logo isn't visible, and I put it all the way down and the logo's still visible. Like every single game I've ever played that does that, the logo's still visible. And I know that like when you get a TV, you're supposed to like calibrate it and all that shit. And there's even like professional people that do calibrations, and then there's people that pretend to be professional but don't actually have certifications, and then go on YouTube and bitch and moan about games that it turns out that they never actually played. If you don't know the reference, just don't even look it up. That's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down. For the ultimate retro, a pixel scale of 3 times or higher is. Wait, what's pixel scale? I want the ultimate retro experience. Yeah, give it to me. Master volume. Turn the vibrate. Hopefully there aren't any like things in the game where you have to. Okay, there's no voice acting, so I'll just leave all this the same. Sprint style hold, aim style hold, swap a quick radio, control south, west, what, east, south, short thumb, long thumb, short, east, do I got a long thumb? No, I got a little stubby thumb. My hand is actually kind of weird because I got really long fingers, but I got a little stubby thumb. My thumb doesn't even come out to where my fingers begin, and yet I got some long ass fingers. And is that normal? David, when you see this out of nowhere, because it'll probably be a while, and if you decide you want to play this game, it may even be longer. Just take a picture of your hand and just send it to me on Discord. Don't explain why. We'll see if I can remember why. Or if I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I want to see, like, just like with your hand, like you're doing like the Scout's Honor, just like with your thumb pressed up against the rest of your hand. As if you were like pressing it like flat on a book, like swearing on a Bible or something. Does your thumb come out? I have a short thumb, but I got long fingers. Maybe that's why I got a big dick and little balls. Is there a correlation there? I'm not joking. Like, I shouldn't be talking about this. So we're 10 minutes into the recording. So far, I've made fun of people with epilepsy. I've talked about my dick. I don't. This is off to a disaster. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at default. Whatever. Alright, and then hopefully I can change the accessibility. Hopefully I can change that if I decide that it's too hard. And I can't handle it. Because I figure, even if I'm going for the platinum, I'll probably have to do a second playthrough anyway. Because there will probably be like missable trophies. And unfortunately, my trophy hunting has had to die down a little, just because 2 separate times I've had game mechanics, like game story stuff, spoiled for me by looking up trophies. Which I know you're gonna say, well, you're looking up trophies, what do you expect? Usually, if you go to like PSN profiles or whatever, at the very top it'll have a list of things like how many playthroughs it'll take, are there any missable trophies, and then like what I'll do is if it says there's missable trophies, I'll like kind of gauge for myself whether or not I care enough about the story, like whether I'm interested enough in the story to delve into the trophy list and find out what's missable, or if I'll just just resign myself to doing a second playthrough. But there's been times where like I'll like look up the trophy list, and it won't have that kind of layout, and it'll be like trophy for learning that you're actually your own granddad, and it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Man, I can't remember what fucking game it was. I think it was Final Fantasy VII. I was stuck on a boss, and I looked up like a guide. Like, this is back in like before the 2000s. This was early fucking, like, not like late 90s, and I was at school and I looked up a guide, and I swear to God, I don't know like the exact like wordage of it, but I swear the guy was written like when you for the boss, so and so who turns out to be the villain behind everything. And that's like something you don't learn for another like 20 hours of the game. It's like, I swear, some of the people, like, if you ever read like old game facts guides, like old guides that were like weren't written by like, you know, like the professional, you know, quote professional, which the funny thing is, a lot of quote professional journalists who write their guides have been caught stealing their guides from other people. That's happened so many times, to the point where I forget who it was, and I forget what game it was. I think it was one of the Xenoblade games, but someone intentionally put a lie in their guide, and just to see if it would show up in other guides, and it did. But anyway. Oh, and the worst. Oh my God, the worst. Tell me if you've ever experienced this one. You go to look up like a guide for like a boss that you're struck, because like I've always been kind of like a no guide kind of guy. Like I don't want to look up a guide unless I have to, unless I'm like super stuck. You know, it's a last resort thing. But you ever looked up? This is especially rampant back in the old days of like the one person written guides, but like you'd look up a guide for a boss you's like really stuck on, and all it would say is, if you've been following the guide up to this point and building your character in the way I've told you to, then this battle will be a cinch. And that's it. That shit make me so mad. System calibrating. Some parts of this game may be considered violent and cruel. Where's my CRT mode? Did that disappear? Oh, her eyes are following me. Where's my CRT mode? No, I backed out. I didn't apply anything. I didn't apply anything! Alright, this is fine, just remember what all I picked. Remember, turn to the CRT mode on. I turned the vibration down because my vibrator is broken, because I threw my controller at a wall. Can you guess what game made me throw my controller at a wall? Can you guess? I want you to write a comment and say, I think that the game that made you throw your controller at a wall is blank. Pause the video and leave that comment, and then I'll tell you. You left your comment? It was fucking Batman Arkham Knight. And it wasn't even the main game. I played the main game on the hardest difficulty. I died maybe like 3 times. Those games are not difficult. But what's rage-inducing is the fucking challenge modes, which I didn't even have to do, okay? I want to make clear, I didn't even have to do the challenge modes, because those are separate. The trophies for those are separate. I got the plat. I've got the plat. I've got the plat. I've got the plat. But, you know, I wanted to 100%. I wanted to, and generally, I do enjoy some of the challenge modes. Like, I have a video on YouTube that nobody fucking watched. Actually, it says it has 13 watches, but nobody commented on it. No one said anything about it, but It's of me beating this weird special mode that was in Arkham City, where it was really creative because you had to like build up a bunch of combo, but you had to bank that combo by pressing R1. And if you didn't bank it, if you took one hit, you lost all the points. So it was like a risk-reward thing. And it took me literally 12 hours of grinding that one level in order to get the trophy, the thing associated with it. But fucking Arkham Knight made me fucking throw my controller. Because, there's this one trophy where you have to go to the Iceberg Lounge and fucking fight the Croc, and no matter, I spent like 8 hours on it, and it turned out I wasn't even doing it right. It turns out that the way to do it is so fucking backwards, and it doesn't explain it. Which, you know, my fault for, like, it. I do have anger issues, and I do have schizophrenia, and that makes the anger issues worse. Hello, kitty. I'm glad I have a kitty next to me. The kitty makes me feel good. Kitty calms me. Come here, kitty. Come close. You can come closer. Come here. Yeah. Who's talking? Have you been... Okay. Is someone talking, or is this me going crazy? It's not the radio. Whatever. Come here, kitty. Come here. Hey. Can you purr into the microphone? Is the microphone picking up the purrs? Yeah, but I gotta be careful that you don't bump the microphone or knock the cords or anything. No, that's one thing you can't do. Is literally try to climb the fucking microphone. She literally tried to climb the goddamn microphone. Whatever. Anyway, this trophy was for fighting Croc in the Iceberg Lounge map, and I thought I just had to beat everyone. I thought I had to make it through and get as far as I could, and I kept dying. It's an endless mode. That's the thing. It's an endless mode, and it turns out after I threw my controller in frustration, I looked into it, and it turns out that it's not based on killing the enemies, like beating the enemies. It's based on, and Batman kills. It's canon. Obviously it's in a shitty spin-off of a spin-off. If you've played the Arkham Origins Blackgate, which was like a Vita, I think they did a console version too, but it was like a Metroidvania. It wasn't horrible. It had some cool ideas. It did have some cool unique ideas, and I do think that a Batman Metroidvania could work. Although you could say that the Batman games are Metroidvanias. They're just 3D Metroidvanias. There's this one part where you have to use the black bat claw to yank this floor out from under a guy. But then when you grapple up to where he was, there's a bunch of grinder blades down there that if you fall, they kill you. And you dropped him right into them. I don't think the developers thought that one through. Anyway, so in this, I'm going to have to edit this video and say, skip to so-and-so's timestamp to actually see me play the goddamn game. But, it turns out that the Iceberg Lounge Challenge, the way to get Croc to show up, I mean, he's always there, like, you can see him in the background sitting, but to get him to actually join the battle, you have to get your score to a certain amount. And anyone who's played those games, especially done like the score attack, which if you haven't, if you've played the Batman games but you never messed around with the challenge modes, give them a try. They can be very fun. Both types. The combat challenge modes can be very fun, and the Predator challenge modes can be very, very fun, because the combat challenge modes really force you to get, like, really good. It's funny because the first game and the rest of the games are different. The first game is all about variety, because you get a variety bonus for each different type of move that you use during a combo. So each type of punch, each type of counter, each gadget that you use. And pretty much the only way to get 3 stars in the combat modes in the Arkham Asylum is by getting that variation bonus all the way up. That's like the only way to get it. But for the rest of the games, it's all about your combo, and trying to get a variation bonus will just end up screwing you over, because you'll end up getting hit trying to use those gadgets. Not to say that the variation bonus doesn't help a little, but anyway. So it turned out afterwards, I looked it up, and the way to do it is to do a beatdown where you cape stun and then punch, and just do that to various enemies, and do nothing but that. Don't do any takedowns, don't do any special moves, just repeatedly do beatdowns, and that'll get your combo high enough to get your score high enough to get him to join. And apparently, as the battle goes on, and as you defeat more and more enemies, like stronger enemies with like guns and shit show up, apparently doing it that way can make Croc show up before you even get to the point where the stronger enemies show up. Now here's the kicker. Here's the M. Night Shyamalan twist. Alright? Here's the big twist that I've been building towards. Remember when I said that I threw my controller at a wall? I didn't. I threw it at my TV. Oh, God. And to make matters worse, I broke my backup TV in a way that I think I talked about in another episode, which is a lot less of a funny story, a more of a really depressing, I need to get some psychiatric help kind of story. But I'm not going to tell that story again, because I've already told it in a video, and I'm not going through that again. But, yeah. So if you're wondering why there hasn't been any, like, videos lately or anything, yeah. I'm hijacking someone else's TV to play some games. I hope you know I love you, David. Because I know you're the only person watching this. No one else gives a fuck about me. And that's the only reason that I feel so comfortable talking about such personal shit. Because I know I can talk to you. And I hope you know that goes both ways. Like, you don't tell me much about yourself. Like, I know you have fibro, and if you ever got things you're dealing with, talk to me. I know it may feel like, well, he's got so much going on, he doesn't want to hear about my shit. It don't work that way. That's the fallacy of relative privation. Don't think like that. If you ever want to chat, it's all good. Anyway, let's try it. Let's attempt to play a video game. Why is... There it goes. Yes, keep the settings. Okay. Credits, manual. Important objects are highlighted with a white box. Running will make Elster more noticeable to enemies. Thanks, that's great to know. In addition to a weapon, Elster can equip tools. What's the use? Okay, L1 to use tools. I'm not happy about that because L1 is my button that's loose. Um, Hopefully, I don't got to use that like in a pinch. Um, Aim weapon. Okay, that makes sense. Aiming at an enemy, target box. When an enemy is critically wounded, they'll fall to the ground. Before they can get back up, run up to them and finish them up with X to save ammo. Look out, even finished enemies may recover if Elster loiters too long in one enemy. What? Oh, so that in and of itself, my gamer sense is telling me that I want to maybe avoid combat. Like this is a Resident Evil type thing where you don't necessarily want to take out every enemy. When near fatal, okay. Healing items, saving. There's no autosave or checkpoints. All progress. Be mindful of your. Okay. And press. I can't tell if that's circle or square. Open the inventory at any time during gameplay. You can see your current health in SIGNALIS. Inventory space is precious resource. Only carries 6 items. Fuck. Store it free. Can store items in the box found. You say item storage box are retrieved in every same. All right, so this is basically just fucking Resident Evil. All right, sure, why not? Okay, just because I'm a paranoid little shit, let's make sure that my setting. Okay. Begin. Wake up. You should capitalize your. Just saying. Just saying, capitalize your. By the way, this is why I got this game. I got it through Gamefly. Literally, what you're seeing right now is why I got it. All I know about this game, I know a little bit more now that I've read the manual, but all I knew about this game was it was a horror game, and it had this art style. I saw like literally like I saw like a trailer, like it wasn't a trailer. I think it was like a thing that I was watching of like, oh, 10 games coming out and so whatever. And it showed like a little bit of gameplay of this, and like I saw like 2 seconds of it, and then I looked in the corner and I saw that it said genre horror, and I'm like, yep, I'm playing this. Okay. Do I need to go back in the pod? Oh, I thought these were walls. Lock is defective. Door cannot be open. Can I just say? Can I just say? Girl kind of thick. Girl kind of thick. And we've been over this. I'm an equal opportunity pervert. I will comment if a boy is a thick boy. I don't give a shit. The fuck is this? LSTR features repair logic module. Serving our great nation as ship technicians aboard the scout vessels of the Penrose program, LSTR type replicas like yourself are equipped with specialized repair logic mod. Okay. Wait a minute. Not for nothing, but maybe there's like an in-game explanation, but it seems kind of odd for this to say replicas like yourself. Just assuming whoever's reading this is a replica. The only explanations I can think are like it's written in a language that only they can understand. That or it's just an oversight. Land quickly and easily repair both themselves and important mission equipment. Access all item functions. Enter the inventory screen by pressing square. Select the item to repair. Press the X combine to enter combine mode. While in combine mode, select a second item to repair. Press to combine both items to repair damage to the replica body. Select a suitable repair item and simply choose the use option. Sometimes it can be helpful to take a good look at an object from all sides. Select the inspect option. Then just inspect. Well, inspect, use to rotate. Okay. So it's kind of like, sure. Status, critical system failure. Location, unknown planetary surface. Crew status, A young Gestalt pilot. No signal. Replica unit, active mess hall. Hard landing on surfaces damages the hull. Okay. This is kind of neat. I kind of like that. Because it kind of like, you got your, isometric yada yada, but this really brings back some old school, like, point and click horror vibes. Yeah, I'd love to maybe go back someday and do some Let's Plays of old point and click horrors, because I've played almost all of them. I played, Barrow Hill and Scratches and Darkfall and a bunch of others. But it's been so long that, like, my memory of, like, the, puzzles will probably have, met by now. So... there's an AVA suit in the case. That's gonna move at some point. I don't like that. Insert. I guarantee you the moment I insert that card key, that fucking thing is gonna move. Suit has been removed. So there's someone in a suit that has. Okay, so when you say lock is defective, cannot be opened. Do I have a map? Triangle for map. Okay, that's neat. That's neat. Faded photograph stuck to the LDM controls. Pick up. Yeah, pick it up. Why did that person look like me? Looked like me with white hair. Ship's control panel. Judging from the readout, there's no chance it'll ever fly again. Alright. Crashed on an icy landscape. Alright. Now let's take a look at... What's toggle... Oh, okay. Let's take a look at this. What? What? Well, at least we know the answer to a puzzle. Joining, sealing, and attaching and mending. Alright. Aufklärungsraumfrage type Penrose. Penrose type vessels are the European People's Navy are low-cost space exploration vessels deployed beyond the solar system's edge in the search for planets and moons fit for habitation or rich in natural resources to support the continuous growth of our great nation. You know what sucks? Is there's a skill that I've long since developed, and I'll show you. All Penrose vessels are piloted by the Gestalt Scout Officer, supported by a Land Survey Ship Technician Replica, LSTR. This partner system of Gestalt Replica cooperation has proved successful in countless previous Scout operations. Mutual control and support allow both the Gestalt Officer and the Technician Replica to perform at their optimal capacity. Now, I didn't say I was perfect at it. I stumbled a little. But the skill is being able to read quickly out loud. The problem is, I don't remember any of what I just read. And that's a choice you got to make. Like there are people that get good at it, good enough at it that they can. And if you ever wonder, like you'll see Let's Players like read something out loud, and then like 10 minutes later they'll be in a puzzle and they'll have no idea what they're doing. You're like, it just told you what to. It's because like as a Let's Player, your goal is to try to like get through the game and be entertaining, and players don't want to see you stuck on. I mean, there's some Let's Players that are like popular enough that they could be stuck on like some like Markiplier. He can make 800 videos attempting the same mode on Five Nights at Freddy's, and people will watch all of it because he's popular and he's cool. But when you're doing stuff like this, you got to really choose between how fast you're going to read it and how much of it you're going to take in. Those are piloted by officers, supported by land. And as you notice, the only words I really the only times I really stumbled was either on words that like aren't really words. I mean, are words, but aren't words that you would use very often in real life, or when they came after Gestalt Replica cooperation. That threw me. All that together threw me, and that's why I flubbed proved, and I said provided. But not that I'm trying to make excuses, but I think I displayed. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Once the vessel is catapulted towards the edge of the solar system by an orbital mass driver, the pilot may adjust the course from the flight deck, while the replica will take care of the mechanical maintenance of the vessel. Reading fast is and reading it with like a enunciated voice, like given a good reading voice. But like obviously, since I'm not using a face cam, you can't tell, but I'm closing my eyes right now and I'm trying to remember what I just read. Something about orbital, something about how they launch it and the replica can help control it or something. Now I'm opening my eyes. The pilot may adjust while the replica could take care of the. So yeah, the replica doesn't even control it. They do maintenance. So I think that from my purposes, I'd rather just read slowly and try to soak in what I'm reading. Let me check some. I wanna check something. No, I wanna. Damn it. Smeared diary page. Woke up from cryo empty mess hall. I was wondering Elsters, looking out flight deck. Like some lost in thought, sometimes feel like is homesick. Gestalt officer sleeping bunk. No, what I wanted to test was I'll just have to wait until I get to another door that has that. Diagnostic assistance for a cryogenic capsule. Are there 2 of these? No, there's not. Okay, so what was the... What was the... Okay. Is this thing empty? Pieces of a key snapped in half lie inside the pod. Pick up the airlock key. Okay. Can I combine you with... There we go. That's how key cards work. Okay, where was the... It was down there. Alright. Did I go down from here? I don't know why I keep mixing up the buttons for the 2 things. I don't fucking know. Yes. Thank you. I'm a robot. Do I really need this? At least I assumed I was a robot. Not sure. Maybe the replica is like more of like a synthetic human. Not sure how I feel about the first person perspective. Those seem like some precarious stairs. Yeah, go on down. Why not? Strange hole leading. Faint light crawl. Fuck no, let's go back up. There's no point. Jesus Christ. Yeah, crawl into the hole. Why not? Think of a hole I'd like to crawl into. I have no defense for that statement. just leave me to my horniness. Ancient looking tome is lying on the table. It feels like it is calling to me. Pick up the king in yellow. Sure. Why was there a boom for that? Did picking up the king in yellow really need a boom sound effect? Preparing to send message. God damn it. There's like one little itty bitty crack in my Achtung. Ah. 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 Great holes secretly are digged where earth's pores ought to suffice. What's happened to my face? And things that have learned to walk that ought to crawl. Ah! Remember our promise. What promise? There you go. I don't know what the thing to the tune. You know what's scariest about that? Is that when those numbers started appearing on the screen, I picked up my phone and opened the camera app because I was going to take a picture of the numbers just in case they... And like, this game probably isn't going to need me to do shit like that, but I just came off of playing through all three Zero Escape games, so I'm kind of in like note-taking mode. And so not only did I see those pop-ups, I saw them through my phone screen. And so I thought it was my phone doing it. Why am I in here? I came all the way here to find her. There's no turning back now. To find who? Various states of disrepair. Okay, so this is what I wanted to test. All three of those doors are gray. That one, no entry. Okay, so I don't have to click on it and get the message to know that it's no entry. I just gotta walk by it and see if it turns blue or red. Welcome to Sierpinski. You've been selected or have elected to be relocated to Aeon... by Aeon to S23 Sierpinski. Located on Ling, at the frontier of the solar system, Sierpinski is the perfect place for a new beginning. At our prestigious vocational school facility, I think that would be the greatest, like, sound for Redacted. Like, usually when people do, like, creepypasta readings, or when someone like the Vulcan does, like, SCP readings, they just use static for the Redacted. It should just be like a duck. Like, every Redacted should just be quack. You will learn new skills to shape your future I read that your future as a reproductive citizen. I'm like, well, okay, we're getting into the nitty-gritty now. Of our wonderful nation. Here you will learn all about mineral extraction, ore refinement, and munitions production. I tell you, with my misreading, that gives a whole new meaning to mineral extraction. I got some minerals you can extract. Oh, God. Helping the war effort against the remnants of the Empire. And, of course, learning is not just about theory. Unless you earn your share while practicing your new craft right at the workplace. Concerned about your family, friends, former colleagues, asked a protector about our ration sharing plan. A portion of your ration marks will be sent to a beneficiary of your choice. I'm guessing that's a fucking lie. Surface access lift. I don't need to go back. It's a key card with a note taped to the window of the reception. Due to staff shortage, report new arrivals at classroom 4C Northeast. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay. You ever seen Cairo? It's a movie. If you haven't, then don't worry about it. But if you have, doors with red tape on it are always going to make you uncomfortable. That camera's following me. I don't like what I saw over there. Eh? Oh. Okay. Do I have limited saves or can I save whenever? Service request form. Data filing. Full protector ID unit. Oh yeah, I was bitching a minute ago because there's a small crevice in my shade, and the sun is like beaming right through it. Like it's like the hand of God, like the dick of God is just jabbing me in the eye right now. Protector ID unit processing. Service object Monde Intocteur. High security wall safe numeric keypad. Location of object classroom 4B. Description: the wall safe classroom 4B keeps resetting to the default combination. What's the point of the whole radio code broadcast system if a safe can only be opened with the code in the manual? Okay, so I gotta find the manual. And wall safe codes. Has come to our attention that at least one worker might be aware of the code broadcasting frequencies for the protector wall safes. Any workers connected to this leak are to be interrogated until the culprit is found. I'm restricting all radio privileges for workers until further notice. Okay. Keep records. Remember, if you didn't write it down, it never happened. Get the right forms from administration and save your files frequently. Right. You know, I'm okay with this corridor. The last corridor had a body in it. I didn't really appreciate that. No running in the hallways. You know what? 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 Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. Bitch. Okay, this is killing me. I'm sorry. This is fucking killing me. I'm going to end the episode now, and I'm going to go fucking cover that fucking hole before I literally go fucking blind, and we'll continue in the next episode.